Hello everybody, my name is Summer Beal. This is my final project for Math for the 21st Century. I chose my topic to be a analysis into a fake couple. I made up their identities, their jobs, their student loan debt, their car payments, and I created for them a wedding budget. So let's take a little peek into what that looks like. So on our agenda, we have an introduction, a little history on Jack and Jill, their story, things that they want included in their dream wedding, as well as a look into their monthly budget, and also paying off their debts. So that is student loans and also car payments. So a little bit about the engaged couple. Jack and Jill recently got engaged over Christmas. Their goal is to save up to have their dream wedding a year from now. Jack and Jill have calculated the average cost for all the expenses their wedding will include, which is specific to the city that they live in, which is Minneapolis, Minnesota. To save up for their wedding and their future life together, Jack and Jill have created a budget, a pretty tight budget, which combines both of their salaries. This will give them a space to also budget for their future home, paying off student loans, car payments, and also to save for retirement. So a quick breakdown on their salaries and their jobs. Jack is a 27-year-old architect. He is 4 years out of grad school. His yearly salary is $80,400. I found this number by taking the median and low yearly salaries from the Twin Cities metro area and calculating the average. Jill is a 25-year-old registered nurse who is 4 years out of graduating college, and her yearly salary is $90,180. And I found this number the same way that I found Jack's. The Twin Cities, St. Paul metro area is in red, and the United States is in blue. Currently, Jill's salary is higher than Jack's, but over time, Jack's salary will increase where Jill's should stay pretty much around the same. Okay, so their overall cost for their wedding, Jack and Jill want their wedding to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota, since that's where they're from, that's where their family is from. Together, Jack and Jill have created an account with The Knot. The Knot is an online platform to help couples calculate average wedding costs for their area. They can also do bookings through there, look at venues, book catering companies, DJs. The average cost for all these things that Jack and Jill really want to be included in their wedding is about $27,440, not including their wedding bands. With the wedding bands, the total amount is $31,620, which is absolutely crazy. Weddings these days are so expensive. No wonder you need to budget. So a couple quick wedding details. Jack and Jill's family have committed to pitching in $5,000 respectively, so $10,000 total. Jack and Jill have budgeted around this so that they will pitch in their cost while also using the $10,000. In their wedding savings, Jack and Jill have also saved for their honeymoon, so the honeymoon is included in their wedding savings, and the average cost of that is about $5,300. In their extras category, they have their marriage license, which costs about $130 in Minnesota to get, their invitations, which normally cost around $675, and their officiant, which usually costs $345. They could also have a family member do that, so then it would cost slim to nothing. So a quick price breakdown by category. These are all the things that will be included in Jack and Jill's wedding. First off, the venue. It's very important. You got to have a place to have the wedding. And the average price of that in Minneapolis is about $7,200. Catering, you have to feed your guests. That's around $3,700. Photography, you want photos of your big day, $2,500. A DJ for the reception, that's $1,500. A videographer so that you can relive the memories of your special day, that is $2,610. The florals, for wedding bouquets, centerpieces, the bridesmaids' wedding bouquets, that is $2,075. The cake costs about $825, and the dress is usually around $2,585, which is so insanely expensive. Groom's attire, if you're renting it, it's only about $500, which Jack is renting his suit. Bridal hair and makeup, that's $300. The bridesmaids can do their own makeup or pay for their own. This is only paying for Jill's hair and makeup. The event planner to coordinate the wedding day and leading up to it, $1,925. And finally, their wedding bands, which are $5,200. Just taking a look at their monthly budget. I screenshotted the summary of the monthly budget that I created for them in Excel. Jack and Jill's monthly income was calculated by adding up their yearly incomes together and then dividing by 12. I set up the rest of their bills, expenses, debts, and investments to be typical for a young couple with no kids. And because the budget starts in January, there is no rollover. Their total income is $14,215. So for just the two of them, that's pretty good. Their expenses, they spend $1,850 on things like clothes, going out, groceries. Their bills, that's about $3,705, so that would be like their rent, utilities, things like that. Their savings account, so that's for their wedding budget, their emergency fund, and also their future home savings account. That's about $4,900 they're saving, which is really good. Investments, that's for retirement, that's about $2,010. And then their debts, that's going to their student loans and car payments, that is $1,750. So in their savings, currently Jack and Jill are saving $2,250 a month for their future wedding, which is super, super great. And using the averages calculated by the knot and counting on a $10,000 that will be contributed by their families, Jack and Jill should be able to pay for their wedding and their honeymoon within a year. And then, as you can see, I put the total breakdown of how much they're spending in each area, so expenses, bills, savings, investments, and debts. And majority of their money is going into their savings, which is super awesome as a young couple. So here I broke down the total estimated costs of everything, so it's helpful to visualize it. So the total estimated cost for their wedding entirety is $31,620, as I said before. The total estimated cost, including the honeymoon, is $36,920, which is totally crazy. With the familial contribution, that's about $10,000 less, so that's $26,920. They're saving $2,250 per month, and their savings after 12 months will be $27,000 on the money, so they will be literally paying for their wedding with just $80 to spare. So now that Jack and Jill have paid for their wedding, and they're married, and they have all this student loan debt together and all these car payments to make together, let's look at how long it will take them to pay off their student loans and also their cars. Both Jack and Jill have student loans from their time in university. I found that the average student loan debt for an architect grad student is $40,000, so that is what Jack has. Whereas Jill, she has a Bachelor of Science in nursing, so that means her average debt is about $28,917. Your student loan debt depends on what type of degree program you did in college when you're a nurse, so I took the average for the Bachelor of Science in nursing for her. Car payments, Jack and Jill are both car owners as well, and they have monthly car payments to make. So currently, They are paying $650 a month for each of their cars total, and then individually, Jack is paying $343 a month for his car, and Jill's paying $307 a month for her car. So paying off their debts, as I said before, currently Jack and Jill are paying $650 a month to pay off both of their cars. They're also paying $1,100 a month to pay off their student loan debt. And with their current budget, Jack and Jill should be able to pay off their $68,917 in student loans within 5 years, as well as paying off the $39,500 in car payments within 5 years. I didn't mention this earlier, but because they're now married, they don't actually have their wedding savings account. So the extra $2,250 that was in the wedding savings account that they were saving per month is now going towards their student loans and their car payments. So they actually should be able to pay off those quicker than 5 years. And then once all their debts are paid off, that money can go into savings for their future home and also retirement. In conclusion, Jack and Jill will be able to afford their dream wedding within a year thanks to their tight budget and help from their families. Their collective student loan debts will be paid off within 5 years, hopefully more once they get their hands on that extra money they've been saving for their wedding. Their car payments will be completed and they will have fully paid off both cars within 5 years. And Jack and Jill can start looking into home ownership and saving for their future children and also retirement. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I hope Jack and Jill have a happy married life together, and it was super fun to do this project. Lastly, here are my resources where I found a lot of the information that I used in this slideshow.